Now, this is an interesting question. How do you deal with the awkward times and even the disapproval when you're sharing the gospel?
Oh dear, yes. I think the first thing I would say is to make sure that the disapproval you're experiencing is because of the gospel and not because you're being objectionable. Sometimes Christians who think they're being persecuted for the gospel are actually being persecuted because they're mean and rude. Do you know what I mean? Just think about that. Just do make sure it's not because of that. And ask God to help you speak in a way that is kind and loving and grace-filled and truth-filled. I do think that the thing about questions helps with this. I think if you come across as extremely preachy and know-it-all and like you are dominating people with information, 99% of people are going to be switched off by that. But if you're a person who's genuinely interested in other people and their life experience, in their background, their objections even, their way of thinking, and you show that by asking questions, then I think that sort of speaks volumes in this kind of context. I think the last thing I would say on that, though, is you Americans are better at this than us Brits. But to come to a place where we have received grace to the extent that we're not living for the approval of other people, that actually what we care about more is that people come to know Jesus or have the opportunity to come to know Jesus than that we care about how we're regarded or viewed. And I don't think that is a work of the flesh. I think that's a work of the Spirit. But when you see it in someone, you recognize it. So it's something to pray for, and something to encourage our brothers and sisters around us into. As a mother, that's something I am wanting to see in my boys, a confidence in who they are, in God, as well as in our love for them, that they're not overly concerned about what other people think, but they're able to rest in a peace in who they are in God. So you want that for your children in the same way our Heavenly Father wants that for us. And so maybe if you're in a prayer triplet in a small group, that might be something, if it's an issue that you could pray into with the people around you, that work of the Spirit might happen in us.
Thank you, Amy.